topic what we are going to see is distance and displacement. So before going to distance and displacement, first we need to learn about what is path. So the line joining between any two points is known as path, or the line joining of any two successive points we will call it as path. What are successive points? Successive points in the sense those points should be exist in the real world. Suppose school to home, school and home, that are existing. So that's what we will call it as successive points. The line joining in between these two successive points we will call it as path. So we are joining the 2 points, and here it will be having some length, right? So the length of this path we will call it as the distance. So here distance is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity, and another what we can represent it is distance means the actual path followed by an object. The actual path followed by an object is known as distance. So here scalar quantity means what? See, in our measurements topic that we have learned, based on the nature, the physical quantities has been classified into 3 different categories. So here, based upon the magnitude and direction, the physical quantities based on the magnitude and direction, the physical quantities has been classified into 2 categories. One is scalar and another one is vector. So what is scalar and what is vector? So here scalar physical quantities means the physical quantities which are exhibiting only the magnitude. The physical quantities which are having only magnitude, those physical quantities we will call it as scalar physical quantities, and the physical quantities which are exhibiting both magnitude and direction, or which are having both magnitude and direction, those we will call it as vector physical quantities. See here, distance is the actual path followed by an object. So here from A to B we are just joining the 2 points. So that is the actual path that is followed by the object. So that's what scalar is a distance is a scalar physical quantity. So here distance is scalar physical quantity. Suppose if an object is in motion, what will happen? If the time is elapsing, means time is changing, what will happen? Object changes its distance or not, means the distance increases with the time. So if the time is changing, the distance always increases. So that's what here scalar means it is not having any particular direction. So it is always positive. It is always positive, and it cannot be 0. Means once if the object is in motion, then we can say that it cannot be 0. The distance cannot be 0. Suppose if the object is at rest position with respect to the time, it doesn't cover any distance. So there the distance can be 0. But once if it is in motion, it cannot be 0, and it is always positive value. It does not have negative values. Okay, so distance is scalar quantity, and the actual path followed by an object, it is always positive and it cannot be 0. And the SI unit of distance is meter, and the symbol is m. The SI unit of distance is meter and the symbol is m, and the CGS unit of distance is centimeter and the symbol is cm. So here this is about distance. Then what is displacement? And one more thing here you can observe, this is the unique path. Is it correct? We will be having only one particular path, or any number of paths we will be having. So it is not a unique path. See, if you are coming from home to school, or from school to home if you are going, then we can find different ways to reach our home or to reach our school. So that's what distance is not a unique path. Okay, then what is displacement? So here distance means the actual path followed by an object. Then what about displacement? The distance which is very short, or the shortest path from initial position to the final position is known as displacement. The shortest path from initial position to the final position is known as displacement. See, an object is traveling from A to B and then again B to C. An object is traveling from point A to point B and point B to point C. So here distance means length of AB from here to here plus length of BC. So here this is the actual path travelled by an object A to B and B to C. The object has travelled, but which is the initial position? A is the initial point and C is the final point or final position. So the line joining or the shortest path in between the initial and final positions we will call it as displacement. So here irrespective of the direction, the line joining the initial and final positions we will call it as displacement. See, this is the displacement. So here displacement is less than or equal to displacement. Displacement is less than or equal to distance. So here displacement is less than or equal to distance, or this relation can be represented as distance can be greater than or equal to displacement. Means what it is representing? Displacement sometimes it is equal to the distance, or distance sometimes it is equal to the displacement, and distance is greater than displacement. Distance is greater than displacement means sometimes the distance may be greater than the displacement, and here irrespective of direction we are considering. So here displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. Vector means what? The physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. So in this particular direction the object is moving irrespective of the actual path followed. So if you consider an object is moving along a straight line, means from A to B an object is moving along a straight line. So here A to B the distance is 5 meters and it is moving along towards east direction. What is distance? The actual path followed by an object, and here we are telling that this is a straight path. So A to B this is only the one single path. So the actual path is equal to 5 meters, and this is itself is the shortest path from A to B. There is no other short way. See, if you observe this one, suppose A to B, if you are having like this n number of paths, in this way you can move, in this way you can move, in this way you can move, in this way, or either any way you can move from A to B. But among all these, which one is the shortest from A to B? This is itself is the shortest path. So the shortest path in between initial position to final position we will call it as the displacement. So here this is the initial point, this is the final point, and here what is the length of the path? 5 meters. See here, this is distance, this is displacement. If an object is moving along a straight path, then distance is equal to displacement. If an object is moving along a straight path, distance is equal to displacement. So here one condition satisfied, distance is equal to displacement. Then distance is greater than displacement. When we can say distance is greater than displacement? See, 5 meters towards east direction. So here distance is equal to, means an object is traveling from A to B and B to A. An object is traveling from A to B and again it is coming back to A. So if we are not considering any direction, directly we can add 5 meter plus 5 meter. So 5 plus 5, 10 meters. And displacement, as we have told, displacement is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means what it will be having, direction it will be having. Means if you consider the forward direction is positive, then reverse direction will be negative. If you consider the forward direction is positive, then the reverse direction will become the negative. So 5 meters we have covered towards A to B. If we consider forward direction is positive, that is plus 5 meter. And again returning back to the position A. If we are returning back to the position A, what will happen? That is minus 5. So minus 5 meters. Plus 5 minus 5 is equal to how much? 0 meter. So here one thing what we have to observe is, if the initial and final positions of an object is same, then the displacement will become 0. If the initial and final positions of an object is same, the displacement will become 0. Okay? Or for a round trip, the displacement will be is equal to 0. So along a straight path, the distance is greater than or equal to displacement. And when the distance is equal to displacement means an object is moving along a straight path, the distance is equal to the displacement only from one point to another point. If it is round trip, the distance is greater than displacement. Observe here, the distance we got 10 meters and the displacement 0 meters. So this is the relation of distance and displacement. Displacement is less than or equal to distance and distance is greater than or equal to displacement. See here, I have just made the RHS and LHS interchange. That's what here the symbol will change. Greater than will becomes less than. Okay. Then here the displacement, it can be positive, negative, and it can be 0 also. The displacement can be positive, negative, and it can be 0. See here, if you are moving along the straight path continuously, it will be positive displacement. Okay. Suppose if you are coming back up to some extent, 3 meters or 2 meters, then it will be negative displacement. That we will see here. In this case, A to B, an object is moving, distance is equal to 5 meter. Then displacement is also 5 meter. Why? Because there is no another path. This is only the single path. That's what distance is equal to displacement. But here, while it is returning back, here up to A, up to the point A, it is moving towards 5 meters east direction and again coming towards west direction 5 meters. Then initial and final positions are same, displacement will become 0. But here after that, how much distance it is moving? Some 1 meter distance it is moving. Then what will happen? See here, this is 6 meters. Then displacement is equal to how much? Displacement is equal to This is B to C is negative direction. So minus 6 plus 5, that is equal to minus 1 meter. So in this case, the displacement will becomes negative, and towards forward direction displacement will be positive. Towards, if the initial and final positions are same, displacement will become 0, and again if it is moving further some distance, then this will be negative. Okay, that is a displacement. Then if you are considering the path that is followed by an object, so here A to B and B to C, this is the actual path, that is the distance travelled. But here this is the line joining between initial and final position, which is the shortest path. So this will become the displacement of an object. So here how can we find the displacement of an object if they have given AB distance and BC distance? Here distance is equal to, which is the actual path, A to B and B to C. AB plus BC, that is equal to 4 plus 3, 7 meters. But if it comes to displacement, this is the shortest path, AC is the shortest path, but we cannot find it very easily. Then here we should go for Pythagoras theorem. So according to that Pythagoras theorem, this is the hypotenuse in the right angle triangle. So hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. This is one side and this is another side. So AC is the hypotenuse. AC square is equal to, what is the side AB? 3 square plus another side is how much? BC, 4 square. So AC square is equal to 9 plus 16 and AC is equal to, see, 9 plus 16 is 25. AC is equal to, here if we are having square, if it comes to the RHS, then it will becomes root 25. Root 25 value is 5. So AC is equal to 5 meters, means the displacement travelled by the object is equal to 5 meters. How we are finding that? By considering the Pythagoras theorem. This is the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle. For the right angle triangle, the side which is the opposite, that we will call it as hypotenuse, and these two are the sides. So hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Then AC square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. This is hypotenuse, AC square, and 3 square. This is one side and this is another side. So 9 plus 16, that is equal to 25. AC is equal to root 25, that is 5. And here A to C, there is only one particular path from A to C. Instead of going A to B and B to C, there is a unique path from A to C. That's what displacement we will call it as a unique path. Okay, and it is if it comes to distance, it always increases with respect to the time, but if it comes to the displacement, it may decreases with respect to the time also. Okay, so that is about the distance and displacement. Then if an object is moving along a circular path, and here the object is starting at A and the radius of the circular path is R. So here, to complete one revolution along the circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r. So A to again A, if we are moving along the circumference alone, we are traveling, means that is only the actual path. So distance is equal to 2 pi r. So along a full circle, an object is moving at A and again it is reaching to the A position, the distance is equal to 2 pi r, and displacement, it is starting at A and again it is reaching at the position A. Is there any change in the position of the object, or what is the shortest path from A to A? The point itself, right? So, and one more thing here, the initial position is A and final position is A, then displacement will becomes 0. So, an object is moving along a circular path, the distance covered is equal to 2 pi r, the displacement covered is equal to 0. Then, if it is a semicircle, if we consider a semicircle of radius r, this is r, again from this point to this point r. So here object is traveling from A to B. An object is traveling from A to B. This is the actual path traveled by an object. Then distance means what? Distance is equal to half of the circumference only, no? See, we are making the circle into two equal parts. In that half circular part the object is covering. Then distance will becomes what? 2 pi r divided by 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled, that is equal to pi into r. Then what about displacement? Which is the starting point and which is the ending point? A is the starting point and B is the ending point. In between, which is the shortest path? This one, or the straight path which is joining A to B. So here the straight path which is joining A to B will comes under the shortest path or the displacement. So A to the center or the center point, the distance is r, and again O to B, the center point to B, the distance is r. Then r plus r is equal to 2r. So if an object is moving along a circular path, the total distance covered is equal to 2 pi r, displacement is equal to 0. If it is a semicircle, distance is equal to half of the circumference of the circle, pi r, and displacement, this is the shortest path, the diameter of the circle will be the shortest path. So displacement is equal to r plus r 2r. Okay, that is about the distance and displacement.